done the second game, it was fantastic feeling for me personally, because I knew I had the chance now to play at Wembley. But it was more the fact that I felt I contributed to the team winning. Obviously I came off injured. There was a big sort of debate whether I was going to be ready to play the next game.
Delighted with those. Oh dear me!
It's an awful collision, a sickening collision there. Dembele, the Stevenage player down, and Timlin neither pulling out of that.
My eye was completely closed. Obviously I had about 17 stitches on my forehead, and it was a big sort of worry for the manager. He said he'll give me the best opportunity to be fit for it. He'll leave it to the last minute, which was great for me because I was working hard to be ready for it. I just had to wear a skull cap, and that was challenging because the eye was slightly closed, having a skull cap on, which I'm never used to wearing, but it gave me the chance to play, so I was going to wear anything. Thankfully the game went our way. I think Stevenage were struggling for injuries though, so it played in our favour. But I think we were on form. We were very confident, and obviously to top it off for a goal for me as well was fantastic.
Tosses it in there. Oh, it's a terrific goal! It's a wonderfully searching cross. Trouble. It's Timlin who got there. Timlin, on he goes! Starts it out wide, bends it back in.
Massive. It was probably that, and the Wembley was probably one of the best nights of my career, really, because the whole emotion of it, the first leg, and then obviously going into extra time in the second leg, and us coming out 3-1 in the end. It was just unbelievable.
I just remember the final whistle going and the relief of it as well. Pandemonium, the fans on the pitch, everything like that. It's once you realise you're at Wembley, you kind of forget that you've got another game to go, and in that moment you feel like a celebration. So yeah, it's definitely fond memories of the semi-final.
All my family was in the box, so I got off the pitch sharpish and went up to see them. So it was amazing. It was amazing. Was buzzing. I can't lie, everyone, because obviously playing at Wembley, everyone wants to play at the biggest stadium in England, and everyone was just, it was just excitement, really. Everyone was excited. There wasn't much nerves, to be fair. Everyone was just really, really excited and ready to go at Wembley.
Yeah, we were very confident. I think Wycombe snuck into the playoffs, so they fancied themselves as well, and I think the momentum of the playoffs probably sucked quite a bit of energy out of us leading into the finals.
I was quite lucky in the sense that when I was at Bradford, we actually played at Wembley twice that year, and that was only a couple of years before. So I did feel like, quite familiar with the surroundings at Wembley, which I won't say it helped me massively in the game or anything like that, but in the build-up, it was definitely an advantage. Excitement more than anything, I think. We started to focus in training. We had one more game to go, and our goal was ultimately to win the game.
English football is Wembley, really. So it's the biggest stadium in England, I think, and it's obviously one of the biggest stadiums in the world. So to play there for your club is one of the best things I think you can do in your career.
You have to pinch yourself a little bit, especially when you're at Wembley. You can hear the crowd outside and everything like that, so it's a really good feeling.
To be fair, when we was in the warm-up, I was just having a look around and just thinking, this is unbelievable, because the pitch is so nice there. I just wanted to play on that pitch because it was such a nice surface, and it was such a big day. I was just really excited. Really, nerves didn't really get to me that much. It was just, you just got to try and think of it as another game of football, and I felt really confident going into the game that we were going to win.
Thank you, Simon. Good afternoon. The day is here. The moment is here. Time to take this all in. Nerves, adrenaline, goosebumps. The spine-tingling feeling that only standing in that Wembley tunnel can bring. Everything that these players have ever worked for has led to this. A chance to play here on world football's most famous stadium. A chance to leave their mark on world football's most famous pitch.
It's hard, obviously everyone says just focus on your game, but it's hard to, you've got loads of family and friends in the stand, lots of fans are there, it's on telly, it's a great opportunity for a stage for players to do well, but the biggest factor is we worked hard all season to get the opportunity to get promoted, and I think that's the biggest achievement of all, is that if you're able to get promoted to the league above, that's what you strive for every week, and you work hard during pre-season to lead that to the end of the season.
Into battle here. Southend United have been knocking on League One's door for the last couple of years. Wycombe Wanderers were heading towards non-league and possible oblivion before the most dramatic of U-turns.
Focus, there is a sense of nerves, excitement, but ultimately you're thinking about your first impact in the game. You're trying to focus on doing your basics right, and just concentrate on your first role in the game and hopefully making a good decision. But definitely excitement and nerves.
These players are ready to walk into one of the biggest games of their lives.
On that one goal, it was just all blue and yellow because we were wearing yellow kit that day. It was all just, you could see all of our fans, and they proper, what Southend fans are like anyway, they're brilliant. We're really well supported. So it was it was a mad view. When you look behind the goal, you could see everyone, so it was amazing.
I think there was probably more Southend than Wycombe, and I think they probably helped us on the day. They helped see us through, see us over the line in the end, kept us going. A bit cliche, but there was probably our 12th man.
Two towns hold their breath. This is it now. No more second chances. One club is about to pick up a pen and write a glorious chapter in its history.
Down in the centre circle, Saunders already. Not a minute on the clock. Just kick off and you see straight away, wanting to close down, wanting to get the first challenge right. Doesn't get it right, catches Saunders.
That's one of the main things I remember about the actual game itself, is from their kick-off they rolled it back to the midfielder, I think it was, and I've gone hard and I've caught him on the back of the calf, I think. Not hard or anything like that, but yeah, he went off like first kick of the game, so I do feel bad for him. But he was one of their key players, so it's probably not a bad thing for us in the end.
In by Worrell, corner, the header, whistle's blown, it won't count. His moment of joy cut short.
Well, big decisions early in this game. Now then, has he got it right, the referee? Yes, he has. Look at the push there, it wasn't core. There's a big push here.
Yeah, see, it didn't really affect anything near the ball, did it? But I could have done with that one going in.
There he is, pushes him straight in the back, takes him out of the equation.
So much at stake, plenty given so far, but no reward. It's half-time at Wembley. It's Southend United 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0. Today, this is business. And at the moment, nothing separates them. And on comes Joe Pigott, who does normally get at least one chance in a game.
Whenever managers bring on strikers, whether you're chasing the game or things like that, you hope that they're going to get a chance. And Joe was on form. He wasn't starting a lot of games for us, but he was on form, and was taking his chances. He was a confident boy. I think he's proved that the career he's had since he's gone on to do well for himself, scoring goals. So in those scenarios, when an opportunity does fall to any player, you hope it is a striker, because 9 times out of 10 they should score.
He's on the move. He's difficult to stop. Timlin. Was there a push inside the penalty area? Big decision for the referee, who points to corner.
Well, they seem to have a very good view. The assistant didn't put his flag up. Now then. Well, it's a penalty. Shoved him in the back. Pure and simple. You see him there. Knocks him all over the place. Penalty every day of every week.
Yeah, that's a penalty. Or it's a definite, very good shout. I wonder if we had VAR, what would have been said there.
Very little else on for him.
There's the change. Off goes Will Atkinson, and on comes Miles Weston.
I feel like I've always been a a team player, and that's one of my biggest attributes. But obviously, in a final like Wembley, you want to stay on. You're waiting for a moment where it drops to you and you might get the winner or anything, or you want to help the team. Once you sat watching, it's probably worse. You're more anxious, you're more nervous, just watching. You have no control. But yeah, you're obviously a little disappointed whenever you come off. But it's one of them things, and like you say, you see who's coming on. You've got good players coming on, so you're positive in that manner. So you wish them luck and get right behind them.
The story of League Two is not over yet.
We're feeling a little bit because obviously it's a long season, and then going into extra time, we'd obviously gone into extra time with Stevenage, and then going on. It's a massive pitch at Wembley as well, so it kind of takes out your legs. But we just knew we had to keep going to the very end.
Joe Jacobson! Goal! It's Wycombe Wanderers' voices which fill the Wembley air!
I was worried at that point because I thought because it was such a bizarre goal. It hit the bar and then come off bench. It was such a weird one that I thought we'd have one more chance. So obviously extra time's pretty tight anyway. There's not many chances in extra time. So I thought if we could just get one more chance, get it in their box, and I thought we had a chance.
Always believe, and you always, try and stay positive, but there's always that thought in your head that the first goal will win the game, and they got it. And if you've seen the goal, obviously it's hit the bar, come back off the goalie and gone in. So it's like the little bit of luck's gone for them.
You doubt it, and when another opportunity goes past and another opportunity sort of breaks down and stuff, you're just thinking, when's it actually going to happen? But the teams that try towards the end, they're the ones that normally do get it.
Still time. Weston has delivered the cross, knocked down by Craw. This is Piggott! One half of Wembley erupts! The playoffs produce drama, big time again! Southend United pick themselves up and get themselves out of a tight spot again!
It was one of the best feelings I've had in football in my career. It was just such relief, and I generally had the feeling when we scored that, I generally did think we were going to win this now.
It was just all a bit of a blur, really. When I watched it back after, it was just an absolute blur. I just couldn't really believe what was happening. That it just gone through all them bodies and it just found the bottom corner. It was just the feeling of that going in was incredible.
I'm all for smashing it down the middle and just hitting the target.
Joe Piggott! Lynch got a hand to it, but Piggott found the net as possible. Murphy not beaten by the mind games. We're all square. Next up, Ben Coker. His only goal this season was scored with his right foot against Stevenage.
Run up.
It's Coker! Lynch stops it!
All leading up through the semis, we took them before then. And I said to myself that I'd go down the middle, whatever. And the goalie just didn't. He didn't dive as early as I thought he would, and it just hit his legs. So
knowing the guy he is as well, he'll always put himself forward. He'll always, he's a great lad, great character, great player as well, really good player. So I was shocked when he missed. But anyone who takes a penalty at Wembley, it's a bit of a lottery, and it's. Got a big balls to take on, to be fair. So.
This is all going to be my fault and we're going to lose, and I was in bits.
Alfie Mawson beats Bentley and Wycombe are in the ascendancy. His father won a trophy here as a manager. It's Leonard, no messing about. Paul Hayes to try and keep Wycombe's advantage here. It's Hayes, he did go to the right, and he delivered this time. Next up for Southend is Jack Payne, a 20-year-old who dazzled at the start of this season. It's Payne who finds the corner and keeps Southend United alive. It's Matt Bloomfield. Bloomfield saved by Bentley. Southend United will just not walk away.
And it's a long. I'm against those long run-ups. Ones with a shorter run-up seem to do better.
And now it's Michael Timlin, who has literally spilt blood for the cause in the playoffs for Southend United.
Nervous, but obviously I've always said, you know, sometimes it is down to luck, sometimes it's down to confidence. But you know that someone, you can't blame the person for missing if he's actually trying to take a good penalty. You have to give him the confidence, because he's shown confidence to want to take it. And that's what I was saying to the boys in the centre circle. You know, don't worry about what happens from now on, because a lot of the time the penalties are luck. You can work on them all the time, but you can't replicate that in front of 40 or 1,000 fans.
Timlin, there is ice in those veins. Now the pressure's on Wycombe.
Yeah, look at Lynch, goes a little bit early there, makes his mind up. Still has to slot it. Still has to put it in that bottom corner.
Marcus Bean does score, and we go to sudden death. Adam Barrett, thump, bang.
Well, he's been involved in every incident in the game, hasn't he?
It's Joe Jacobson who manages to outwit Bentley.
Bentley's been gesticulating, Lynch, nothing.
It's Weston, never in doubt.
Will he score this time?
It's Holloway, off the post and in. Perfect from his point of view, but not from Bentley.
Oh dear, look how close that is to pressure on him there.
Keane, Bolger, he delivers. Great penalty.
I'll tell you what, Barrett and Bolger have smashed their penalties. Brilliant.
It's Sam Wood, and Bentley has managed to get to it. Bentley diving to his left, becomes a hero. Southend United, this club which was left in pieces 3 weeks ago, is now having one of the greatest nights in its history.
When it's done, the game's won. It's hard to explain, really. You know, if you could bottle it, you'd be a millionaire. Do you know what I mean? It's better than any drug, better than anything.
When Bence made that save at the end, it was just, I just cramped, my whole body cramped up. I think after I ran, I just cramped up, and it was amazing feeling.
Worked so hard for it all season. And when you're playing in like the lower league sort of thing, that promotion is the end goal.
Southend United somehow held their nerve.
Unbelievable, isn't it, really? Stunning finish to it. It wasn't a great spectacle at times, but the tenacity and desire that Southend showed to carry on and believe they could equalise and then take it to penalties. So admirable.
If you're a football fan, you've all grown up watching Wembley and you're watching cup finals and FA Cup finals there. It's an amazing feeling to actually do that.
Almost a little bit emotional, really. Like you say, it's quite a historical thing, isn't it? You know, people who've been up them steps, collected trophies, medals. It's something you dream of doing.
107 steps, but the biggest step is the step up from League 2 to League 1. Southend United, a big hitter in League 2. They finally got out of that division.
When you go and pick it up, obviously, it's an incredible feeling. Like you say, you're going up the steps, you're shaking the hands of everyone, and your first instinct, you look at the medal, and it's real, it's solid, it's good, everything like that. And now I've got it framed actually with my shirt. Every time I see it, it's just going to bring back the memories, really.
The trophy about to be handed into the hands of the man from Essex, John White. Tonight, Wembley is Southend United's field of dreams. League 1 is waiting for them with open arms.
You have to remember that at the end of the day, it's the fans' team. You have to do the most you can for that fan, because he's always going to support that team. And I think it was such a good feeling for us to do that for the club, because it's such a good club, Southend. And it was one of those, we lost out in the place a couple of times leading up to that year. And it was always feeling like, are we actually going to be able to have the chance to do it? And thankfully we did.